rack.
Oh, you're making a movie around here somewhere?
Here comes my mentor who taught me everything I know. Zoom in on this guy.
Not everything, just
Everything.
Just the good stuff.
Even the bad stuff. I just want to dedicate this episode to my father-in-law, Bob Vogel, who taught me everything I know about hunting. And he's 78 years old, and he's still climbing these trees. And he's just an incredible man of God and loves the outdoors. And he's my hero, no doubt about it.
This is as early as I can remember my dad coming home from a hard day's work, bringing home the bacon. And believe me, my mom fried it in the pan. Oh, I can almost remember that day.
You almost smell his talcum powder. This guy was a rugged man. And here comes this Florida boy courting his daughter.
I was actually going to go to nursing school to be a nurse. I was going to go to Messiah. And decided last minute, only the Lord knows why, to go to Bible college. And getting off the plane is when I met Mike, because he was good friends with my cousin who was going to Bible college down in Florida.
Harry Clark. Hey, Harry.
I think it was 6 weeks later you asked me to marry you.
6 weeks?
8 weeks?
Well, I knew it. I knew in about 6 days, but did that take that long?
Yeah.
Then I met her father, and he took me upstate Pennsylvania, and I fell in love with it. Boy, he took me up there in October, and I thought I was on a different planet. Coming from Florida, flatland Florida, and here's all these beautiful mountains and all these colors, and
Like 23 years old.
yeah, I was
24 maybe.
23. Yeah. Then we hit it off. Dad started teaching me how to hunt. He gave me, or he got a recurve from from his brother, and took me out hunting, and I just loved it. It just became a real passion of mine. Actually, right here, in this backwoods here, Dad, he was involved with helping me put in these stands. Like this is the killing tree, we call it, because I've got both of my Pope and Young deer from this tree. But this is another Pope and Young I got. It scored about 135, and it's we called him Bumpy. And I remember Dad was up in the tree right next to me. We were only about 80 yards apart.
That was a neat story.
And Dad, I called Dad up, and I said, "You all right?" It was only about 15 minutes before we leave the stand, and he goes, "Nah, I'm fine, and I'll be getting out probably any minute, And then I said, "Okay, I'll see you when we get out." And then right after I see this buck coming in, and he started to go away, so I grunted real lightly, and he came right into me. And it was the longest shot I had, 35 yards, and I got him perfect. I never saw a deer die so fast. But he piled up on himself and died right there in front of me, and I called Dad. I said, "Dad, I just got one." He goes, "I just got off the phone with you. What do you mean you got one?" And so he comes over, and we're actually filming this. First time we had the camera, we're filming the recovery of Bumpy. Okay, shine the light. It's recording.
how do you know?
I see the red, and it's
Don't show a picture though.
put it right on.
Now what else do I do? Do I have to push the button?
You see him good? It's recording right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, right.
I'm not getting you.
Well, get me. You got to get me.
It ain't big enough.
Well, back up. Do whatever you got to do. Work that camera, Dad. Work it. Dad's trying. He's never even. I don't think he's held a video camera. I don't know. You got us in there?
Yeah.
All right, here he is. The 10-pointer. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the old redneck way of counting it. And look, you notice this? This is Palmer. He was a little guy last year. Look at him now. He's probably 125 maybe, Pope and Young, maybe just made it. Man. Got him 35 yard shot with the new Knapp 2-inch, broadhead. And man, it flew, and the Luminox lit the way up, right?
I'm not getting you.
Well, get me. You got to get me in
It
there.
ain't big enough.
All right, don't worry about it. That's good.
Okay, now I see you. Hold it right there. See, you were up too high.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's better.
There he is, folks. I can't stoop down anymore. My knees won't. They'll
Yeah,
fracture.
Yeah, that's good.
We were just really excited. This is the next day. We got some real good pictures of it. It was a huge deer, big-bodied deer. There he is. Just gonna walk around. Once you get in the picture, my photographer, professional photographer, Danielle. Yeah.
This thing is.
It's a huge one. And look at this gaping hole that my new NAP 2-inch broadhead put in him. Check that out.
The entrance hole.
Nice rack.
You're making a movie around here somewhere?
Here comes my mentor who taught me everything I know.
There it is.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Here, get us, Danielle, here.
That's got to be bumpy.
That's gotta be bumpy.
There's a hunting
Get
partner.
around here.
Ah.
We'll be shaking. It's a movie camera, that's we can move. After I got this deer, he said some really good words that I'll never forget. He said, "You've really become a good hunter," and that meant a lot. Anyone took that thing? A little bit. I'm allowed. Dad, you have impacted my life so much that I don't even think I realize it. You know, I was just talking to somebody the other day that knew me at Bible college and knows you, and he said I sounded like you. Your love for the Lord, your stamina, your strength, your love for the outdoors, and then the time that you spent with me and how you helped us through some tough times we had to go through, and yet you were like my best friend, and you always will be. You are my best friend, and I really appreciate all the things you've taught me over all these years together. I guess it's been about 36 years, and I just want to tell you thank you, and I'm so very grateful.
And thank you, Dad, for being such a spiritual leader to my husband. That has affected every area of our marriage, of our raising our kids. You've been such an example and such a honest person. You really shared your heart with us, and we're so grateful for that, Dad.
You know, just as my father-in-law, Bob Vogel, put me under his wings and taught me how to hunt, Jesus calls us in Matthew 28, the Great Commission. He calls us to go out and make disciples. And you notice he said, make disciples, not converts. And that takes a little more commitment because you want to see them grow in their faith and grow in Christ. And Jesus said, lift up your eyes and see that the harvest is white and ready, but the laborers are few. You know. Now, he said, lift up your eyes because we got them on ourselves. You know, we need to lift them off ourselves and look at the people and see that they need Christ. And we have what they need. There are people all around us. We don't think that they really want Christ, but they do. They're looking for Christ. They don't even know it. But we have the answers. We who follow Christ had the answers they're looking for. So we need to prepare ourselves, like Peter said in 1 Peter 3:15. He said, to prepare yourself to be ready always to have an answer to those that ask you about the hope that you have. And do it with gentleness and respect, no matter what background they're coming from. And whatever they're doing, Jesus accepts us just as we are. And we need to do the same thing and respect them because they're God's creation. It's real important. Well, you know, hunting and fishing, it's a great heritage to pass on to someone. And it's great to see them take it and run with it and experience the thrills that you've experienced and to watch them grow into a really good hunter or fisherman or whatever. But there's nothing compared to leading someone to Christ and watching them pass from death into life right in front of your eyes. And then helping them grow in that faith, and they begin to walk in that life, that abundant life
that Jesus promised that they could have. There's nothing like it. And the rewards.